Hello and welcome to From a Basement in Tulsa. I'm Jason Ferguson. I'm here with at least my new and hopefully everybody's new favorite pop star here, Mr. Parker Simon. How are you doing, man?
I'm great.
I'm so glad to have you here.
Thanks, Jason.
How are you doing?
I'm so good.
I think I asked that twice just now. Can we start with a song?
Sure.
Let the listeners know what they're getting into real early?
Yeah.
Sounds good. And much like this podcast, it's about to go down.
Tonight we're feeling good, like superstars down in Hollywood. We'll hit the club, shake up the dance floor. We're taking off, getting ready to soar, and it feels just like the right time to let our worlds collide. And it feels just like the first time when that music takes over inside. It's going down, down, down tonight. We're gonna throw our hands up, keep them high and never stop. Down, down, down tonight. You and I, we're gonna dance forever. Got this club feeling red hot. The drinks are flowing, keep them well stocked. Let's take a chance, show them what we got. DJ, why don't you let that beat drop? 'Cause it feels just like the right time to let our worlds collide. And it feels just like the first time when that rhythm takes over inside. It's going down, down, down tonight. We're gonna throw our hands up, keep them high and never stop. Down, down, down tonight. You and I, we're gonna dance forever. Down, 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 down. This place about to blow. DJ, turn it up, and we'll lose all control. Going down, down, down tonight. You and I, we're gonna dance forever. Tonight, we're gonna lose ourselves to the music. We're living large, all the way to the top. We'll be singing. If you're feeling me, let me see you on this floor tonight. If you're feeling me, let me see you dance all night. Gonna dance all night. Gonna dance all night. Gonna dance, dance. Whoa. It's going down, down, down tonight. We're gonna throw our hands up, keep them high and never stop. Down, down, down tonight. You and I, we're gonna dance. Let's get down, 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 down. This place about to blow. DJ, turn it up. We'll lose all control. Going down, down, down tonight. You and I, we're gonna dance forever. Get down. Oh, this place about to blow. DJ, turn it up. We'll lose all control. It's going down tonight. You and I, oh, we're gonna dance forever. Get down, down, down. This place about to blow. DJ, turn it up. We'll lose all control. It's going down tonight. You and I, we're gonna dance forever.
Man, what a great song. Could you please tell us about it?
So I wrote this album with a guy named Joey Avalos, who lives in Arizona. Some people may know him, locally. This particular song was the first song that I recorded, the first song that I released, and this song for about 6 weeks was on the spring break playlist for Hollister, and it was in all their stores. So I would have friends call me from all around, from everywhere, and they would say, "I just heard your song in Hollister. It was so cool. I was in the mall and what have you."
That's really cool. I know of Joey. I think he thinks I'm really weird, which is probably true. He was around in what what I've talked about many times is like the blackout period of my life, which is a good 5 years of just consistent drinking all the time. And that's when I played a few shows with them. And my like Joey, you probably know him a little bit better than I do, but there's this one like they were playing at the fair, and I went to see him, and he like tried to shake my hand and like pulled it away. So I kind of seemed, I don't know if I seemed kind of douchey, but I was just eating a turkey leg, and I didn't want to shake his hand because I had grease on it, and that's just rude. And then that's just like my only memory of Joey, except for, Stars Go Dim. That dude's voice is good. Chris.
Yes.
Goodness. But that's awesome. And you,
Yeah.
I mean, did you go to Arizona and write it there, or is it like...
No, actually, for that particular song, he came here, and then we continued to write, and it was kind of, a lot of it was over the internet.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah. So, distance was an issue, obviously.
Yeah. I just had a guest on who's a guitarist, and he gives lessons over Skype. So he gives lessons to people all around the world, and I think that's so amazing. That's really cool.
Very innovative, for sure.
And it's great for songwriting, too.
There you go.
That's great. I have a few questions that I've just been thinking about since I listened to your album. First, I have to say I'm sorry, because Lourdes, who does most of the booking, has suggested you, I think, since the podcast started. And this week I just noticed you had liked something on Instagram or something, your music page. And I was like, I'm gonna go listen to Parker Simon and see how it is. And she was in the shower, and she came out, and I was like, who is this Parker dude? This is incredible. And she kind of like hated me for a minute. I've been telling you that for a year. So I'm so glad you're finally here.
Thank you.
My mistake. I make a lot of those. So but my question, I'm going straight to just...
It's the right time. It's exactly the right time.
Yes. Perfect. My question, I'm going straight to me thinking about hippie stuff, but I want you to talk about how it feels for you to be on stage, because I think it's probably much different than what I do, which is kind of acoustic, cheesy, mostly sad songs. But you and your style of music have just this crazy energy, and I want to hear about the effects of you giving off that energy and receiving it back from the crowd, and just how does that make you feel?
I don't think there's a feeling that could describe it. It's exhilarating, preparing for a show and then actually being in that place and feeling that energy, is incredible. It's amazing. Reacting with the crowd, it's something I feel like I'm still in development, Yeah. I feel like I have a lot to learn. And last year I really was focusing on doing shows and more shows. This year, I've kind of scaled back the shows, and I'm actually, a friend of mine, we're talking about, we've been getting together and writing, we're talking about starting a band, and she is an incredible artist, and I don't want to give away too much,
Let's hear it. Who is it?
But just that energy. I'm excited, just developing as an entertainer. I want to be an entertainer. Just it's exciting. I can't describe it.
Yeah, I bet. I think I just watched a few videos, and you kind of spoke about, like, I don't think you called it getting in the zone, but it was kind of that idea of just turning yourself into that kind of performer. Yeah. How much thought have you put into how you make that happen? Is there like a pre-game, if you will?
There's definitely a pre-game. I'm pre-gaming for a show that's coming up at the end of February. Here in Tulsa. It's a charity event, and I'm doing it with a full band. Cool. We were just, talking with one of my friends about, really how do you present, presenting the song, staying present with the song. Sometimes you'll watch people sing or entertain, and maybe you can tell that they're not really feeling the words, or they're not really engaged with the song. I think you have to be engaged. You really have to know the song, be in the moment.
Yeah.
Or the crowd definitely picks up on it. They may not be able to put their finger on what's happening, but they can't get what they, want to.
Yeah. I think the crowd knows. That's true. I can feel the crowd spacing out sometimes when I space out. And it's not necessarily because I'm not enjoying it. It's just because I lose track of what I'm doing easily and often. I don't want to self-diagnose, but the internet, those little quizzes that ask if you're ADD, I get good grades on those. Do you want to shout out your charity gig? I'd love to come see you play live.
Well, it's a private event, unfortunately. It's for Eisenhower International School here in Tulsa, but it's already. I mean, it's a private event.
I see.
I've got a show in April 24th, Friday, April the 24th in Oklahoma City at the WXYZ bar in the Aloft Hotel. I think it's Bricktown.
That's cool. That's a cool spot.
Yes, I'm excited, to play that venue. I'll probably be back in Tulsa by, summer.
Yeah.
June. Probably.
Cool. That'd be fun. I'm excited to see full band stuff. I mean, I feel so bad. I mean, have you been playing in Tulsa for a while?
I really just started doing a lot more last year in Tulsa. My day job kind of keeps me. It's been a little restrictive on my musicality.
You're partying.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what do you do during the day? What?
I am actually a physician in Tulsa. I take care of babies. Actually,
that's cool.
Yeah.
This podcast has helped me learn about some of the people making the best music and working hard and doing cool things. Also, are just as successful and just as cool during the day. Like I had a comedian over that's a lawyer and a couple poets that are all teachers and then another doctor music. It's like, that's really, really, really cool. Do you think that influences your music at all?
Oh, definitely. It's a part of who I am. Obviously, it's a part of my background. It's part of my story. So I think that's going to naturally come out as a writer, as a singer.
That's really cool. I can't even imagine. I mean, babies all the time. Like sometimes you look at them, like if you see them on the internet, I think personally speaking, if you see them on the internet, it's like, no real connection. But in real life, taking care of them, it's like, oh, you are really, really sweet.
Yeah.
And then I have to hide the, oh, I'm just kidding. I'm tough still.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool. It's a cool, I don't even know the word. It's really cool, a variation, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine having to turn that off and then turn on what you do live.
Yeah. It's a transition. It's a training process.
Yeah.
Just like,
That was the word I was looking for. Transition. What a transition.
Yes.
That's really great.
Segue.
Is there a song called Transition on your EP?
There is not a song called Transition.
There is now.
Maybe
Welcome
I should write
to
one.
Transition.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about another song that you really enjoy on your album.
I really enjoyed the last song that I did on the album. It's called "Blow It Up," and it was it was written from an angry perspective. It was about, this idea that sometimes you don't just need to burn the bridge; you need to blow it up.
Oh wow, yeah!
It was kind of angry, but it was fun recording that song. I felt like it was closer to where I wanted to go with music. At that point, I think this next album that I do is going to be a more mature, as it should be, maturing as an artist. And it's going to be, I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. Even though I've been a fan for like 4 days now. Well, let's hear Blow It Up.
No surrender. 'Cause I feel like I've been pushed around. I ain't no pretender. Trampled to the ground. Some things are better left unsaid. Some things are better left alone. Sometimes it's better to forgive. But with you there's no going home. I could light a match and watch it burn. Simply needs to go. To treat me like I'm so bad. Your eyes have been deceiving. I've been stretched beyond what I can stand. Some things are better left unsaid. Some things are better left alone. Sometimes it's better to forgive. But with you there's no going home. I could light a match
It's so much cooler listening to that song, knowing what it's about. I mean, I hear you saying blowing up bridges, but it's time to blow up the bridge between you and someone. I don't know. In my head just now, it was to get you closer, but that's totally the opposite of how that works.
Yeah.
Like blowing up a bridge doesn't make it easier to get to someone. Yes. Yeah. So welcome to How My Brain Works.
Hey. The ADD.
Yeah, but I mean, I really like these songs. I wish, where have you been playing that I mean, where are your favorite places to play around town or around anywhere?
You know, I played Mayo Rooftop and I played Mixco.
Oh, beautiful. Mayo is the most beautiful place.
Yeah. I played 209, which is no longer.
No kidding?
Yeah.
I really like that place.
I think it's the people that purchased it are turning it into a tiki bar.
Oh, I've read about that. I
Yeah.
didn't realize that it was 209.
Yeah.
I read a lot of people being really excited. I don't even know what a tiki bar is. Do you know what that is?
I probably couldn't explain it. I shouldn't try.
Let's make it up.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to make what to make up. It's obviously they level the building. It's all just outside. It's like a bonfire, and you have all those tiki torches.
Exactly.
So there's no mosquitoes, but it's only like a summer bar.
There you go.
I don't know how that works, man. I'm really
You got
excited
it.
about 209. Every time I've been there, it gets nicer and nicer. It's a real intimate, cool room. Seen some of my favorite musicians play there. I think Mindy Bartlett and Sirius Stanley are who I've seen there for sure.
Yeah.
That I remember.
Yeah.
Normally stumbling in there
Yeah.
a little bit silly. And you know that 5-year period that we talked about.
It's easy to stumble along that that area.
Yeah. And how do you feel about Mayo Rooftop?
Well,
that's just a great place.
Yeah, I played mostly what I've done lately are acoustic type sets.
Wonderful.
With a cajon and like a piano and maybe a little guitar, something like that. Mayo Rooftop is great. When I was up there, it was so windy and I was having so many problems with the sound.
Yeah.
But then I've been up there, when it gets, more in the fall or toward the winter when people are kind of playing inside.
Yep.
So I think I would probably prefer to sort of play inside a little
Yeah,
bit.
for sure. It's a really, really nice, I want to say fancy place. I feel fancy up there.
Yeah.
I mean, the drinks are fancily priced. Is fancily a word? It is now. The drinks are very fancy priced, but it's also just a cool spot. And it's a cool spot that's been there for a really, really long time.
Yeah.
Playing outside, something people don't really think about, but anytime somebody talks about playing outside, I remember the first time I played with the wind going like across my face, like in front of my face, and just watching how quick wind can take all of your saliva away. And it's really hard to sing with dry mouth and dry throat. It happens almost instantly. And then of course into the microphone. It's like you think somebody smart would learn to, not do that. But it's it's better inside because there's no wind, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
summertime and festivals and
yeah, those are all fun. Just, it's got to work with the wind. Do you have any tricks for helping yourself continue to sing while you're playing all these various places?
in terms of like wind
or anything. There's nothing that can help you with the wind. It's just there.
It's interesting when you're playing in all these different venues, just how the sound is different and
yes, for sure.
how you have to adjust things. And, the cajon, with my sound system that I have, my small sound system, the cajon would have a lot of feedback, and it just working with all those dynamics and just being frustrated before you're about to go on because you can't get the sound just like you want it.
I just don't let myself get frustrated. I just go with it, like blame it on the room or something. And I just now figured out what happened, like what you can do to fix the wind issue with live music. You can build a building around it. But yeah, man, I've never mic'd a cajon or really even I've played a few cajons, I guess, but I can't imagine how you would. I don't even have any clue of how to work that micing it. I think I got to find out by next week. I think somebody's bringing one. I might have to call you up, like, Parker, what do we do?
I'll be like, call my sound guy.
You'll say something like I would say. Well, what you got to do is you got to go outside, mic it in the wind.
Yeah. You got to tear down your house.
I don't know. The wind still can't get us because we're underground.
There you go.
But what kind of instruments are you playing when you're playing out?
I play piano. That's my instrument. I've really never had any other desire to play any other instrument.
Yeah.
Just the piano is my instrument. I've really lately really gotten focused on really the instrument again. You know, for a while, I sort of was just kind of, I don't know, not indifferent, but just
there.
Yeah. And now I'm like, I really want to work this out now.
Yeah.
So I'm back to that mode.
That's cool. I mean, for yourself, I've heard, I don't know this for a fact, but lots of people say that if you decide to pick up another instrument after learning piano very well, it's pretty much just easy to learn everything else. So if you ever decide, I'm sure you could just pick up a guitar and be automatically better than I am.
No.
Just instantly.
And I don't want to make it sound like that. I feel like I could play anything I wanted to play.
Yeah.
It's just the issue of design.
Wanting
yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Piano's your thing. I find that more beautiful than trying to, I don't know. It's also equally impressive, I think, for you to really enjoy the piano, but it's also impressive when people just learn everything.
Or they can play everything.
Or they can just pick it up and do it.
Agree.
Like, some of you people.
It's just where, it's where you're at.
Yeah. Let's talk about, your songwriting process.
Yeah.
Because in your lyrics, I feel like you definitely put a lot of yourself in your life and just whatever happens. Can you shed some light on how that comes about?
Yeah. The first album was for me just kind of getting back to music. I'd sort of taken a hiatus for a while. So the first album was about getting back to music. So that's where I was at that point. So it's definitely where I'm at in life. Right now, songwriting for me, I do sometimes I write lyrics first, maybe come up with an idea. So I see something that, sort of, jogs my creativity, and I'll write it down. I always have like a running list on my iPhone and, just taking notes. So I have this list to work off of constantly. And I've been more disciplined about it lately. I've been trying to write daily. So I take those lyrics and then sometimes I'll be down at the piano and there will be some sort of melody that comes in my mind and I'll just record it, do like a little recording of it on my iPhone. It's got all these features on iPhone that you can, so I'll do a little recording of it. And then sometimes the lyrics, I'll be like, well, this melody might work with these lyrics. And, I put them together and then I just, you just keep hammering out the details. And then there are times when, and sometimes that may be a week process, as in time wise, 1 week.
Those songs are weak.
Yes. But I've also have those times when a whole idea or a whole song will just pour out on you in 5 minutes and you've just gotta, like it happens at midnight and you're like, I want to go to sleep, but I've got to put this down or I know I'm going to lose it.
Yeah, for sure.
So you just put it down and then, you come back to it. And that happened recently with a song that I'm writing. So I come at it from all angles. I think it helps you keep it more interesting. And
I recently heard a podcast with a writer. I try to, of course, apply everything that I hear, make it just to me because I'm like that. Obviously, this author is talking about me, but he was talking about how he writes, and it was really a cool thing that I hope to implement one day. Is he writes down all the questions he has that he maybe wants to answer for himself or about something, and then answers them in his notepad, and then just kind of erases the questions, and then what he's left with is what he needs to say, and that's a really cool idea. I was like, whoa, how smart.
Yeah.
I have another question that I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
While you're talking about writing all your notes in your songs in your phone, all your lyrics and just recording, which would you think would be worse if somebody stole your phone? Would you rather them go through your text messages or your song lyrics? Which would you think was worse?
They probably should go through my text messages.
Yeah, leave my lyrics alone, man. I feel so scared about, even if it's nothing, even if it was just an idea I wrote down. I'm like, no, don't read that. That's not for you. That's not ready. And,
it's like your diary.
And I had to erase my phone, and I didn't care. I lost all these phone numbers, I lost everything, but I made sure to email myself I made a big list of all the lyrics I've wrote down in the past 5 years that might not even mean anything, but they're still there in my phone. I'm glad you said song lyrics. I can relate with you there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just thought of an interesting thing about songwriting. I was reading this book recently, and sometimes people will get stumped when they're writing. Maybe say they write a verse and they're like, well, I got to write a second verse because every song needs a second verse. Well, this author just suggested, well, maybe you need to rewind the story a little bit. You actually have written the second verse. You need to go back
and
write the beginning of the story.
That's really cool. I'm probably gonna forget that, but it's really cool. That's really I think I may be putting. I've talked about in several podcasts about I haven't really like finished a song in a good year and a half,
Really?
and like I mean there's some like just some stuff that happened. And I almost like made myself quit thinking in like a format of a song because it was just really dark times, not the drunk blackout times, but just another kind of like sad times. And I didn't want to be thinking about everything that was going on in my life in the form of a song. And I think now maybe I'm putting like too much pressure because I've read all these hippies books about how connected your song and your art form needs to be to the universe or whatever you might call it. And I'm like, I think I'm putting too much pressure on that. I'm going like the wrong way instead of taking songwriting too lightly. I think I'm taking it too seriously.
Pendulum swings the other way.
I'm going to turn that off and hopefully meet somewhere in the middle and,
Yes.
and find something I enjoy to sing about. Yeah.
That's
I was talking really fast, getting that idea out there. Now people can hold me to it.
There you go.
Let's, sir, play another song. How do you feel about that?
Sure.
Let's play Unstoppable. It starts with piano. I really like that song. And I kind of feel like the idea is almost just in the title. But you want to talk about the writing and the purpose of the song?
It's just an inspirational song. It was one of my friends had gone through a rough time. She had just in her life, and really it was a song written around that idea of you're not going to stay down forever. You're above this. It's just the traditional inspirational.
Yeah, but it's still beautiful.
Yeah.
I think that's cool that you can every time you sing the song, you can think of a specific person that it's out to, but also it applies to everybody. So let's hear Unstoppable, and hopefully somebody gets it.
Yeah.
Listeners can't see my fist I made. I hope they get it.
When the world came crashing down like a wave and it pulled you under and swept you away, you didn't lose yourself, 'cause you're unstoppable. When life came fighting for all that you had, took everything but couldn't keep you down, you stood your ground, 'cause you're unstoppable. 'Cause you're unstoppable. 'Cause you're unstoppable. Whoa, whoa. You've been through hell and lived to tell. You battled back through your darkest days. You found the strength, you found the will. You
feel like some of the best things of these episodes are lost to the listeners because we talk about it while we're listening to songs, and I love that. It's like secret stuff that gets deleted. All these stories that nobody needs to know. And I want another weird question. Writing such inspirational songs, like, it's just beautiful. Have you ever found yourself being inspired by what you wrote? Is that too weird of a thing? Like finding motivation and inspiration in just your words to somebody else, but maybe sometime they apply to yourself?
I think that just the whole creative process is energizing. I mean, if that's what you mean. I mean, it's just, it's energizing for you. I mean, it's euphoric. You get this sort of chemical release from it. I mean, some dopamine release or something.
Man, you just reminded me of, I spent a lot of time listening to podcasts. I haven't even shouted this podcast out. It's called Invisibilia. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but they cover things in a mostly scientific way that are invisible. It's an NPR show, and it's two ladies running it, and they make fun of themselves for being so like anti-NPR and like whatever. But
they're on NPR.
Yeah, like, man, the original guys are probably like really mad at us right now in wherever they are after life. But one of the things they were covering was fear, and it was one of the episodes, and they talk about and it's really like, I don't know if it's fringe science. It's just really just goofy way to look at things. But they talk about how they end up saying that humans create a fear pheromone, which may be on the edge of what they're saying scientifically. Maybe why when you go somewhere that, haunted or somewhere where you feel scary, it may be leftover like pheromones that you're picking up. And then I took that. I mean, it's probably not true.
That's interesting.
But I'll believe anything. I don't care if I like it. I'll believe it. And then I'll say it's true, and I'll tell people that I found this out for fact. But in my mind, I took it like, that sounds a lot like the vibes that all the hippies were talking about in the 70s and today. And it makes me wonder, like, what else we're doing, like when we're enjoying music, and then somebody else feels that because we're playing, or feels that because the person next to them is enjoying the music. Maybe is there some kind of
chemical exchange
or connection that way? And
well, what I know of it, it's either dopamine or like fight or flight, where you get an epinephrine response in it's a hormone response. But do we actually transmit these hormones?
I don't know.
There's evidence for it.
I say it's true. We just did it. We just did the studies. We paused the episode and studied it.
N of one. Like, we had one person in our study. It's scientific.
We listened to a song and I liked it, and all of a sudden Parker was liking it too. How's that work?
There you go.
That's the kind of things I find myself thinking about and hope that are true. Because I also hope that one day we can send love digitally through the internet, which
that'd be nice.
Something we discussed in length with the kayfabe. Let's talk about. As soon as I said that, I forgot I had a great question ready for you. Let's talk about your influences. Who are you listening to that are making you send out these enjoying music pheromones and vibes that's turning into making and creating art for yourself?
I think the music is getting a little maybe darker than it was.
Yeah.
So right now my music is being influenced by more electronic music. I'm exploring that side of things. There's so many different types of electronica, but probably I'm most influenced by what you're kind of hearing in pop music right now. I mean, I think there's some influence, American pop, let's say, with there's some house influence. There's some, I guess some techno, but it's more, I think, progressive. I don't know. There's all these genres and subgenres of electronic music that I'm learning about that I don't know anything about. But I see my music, sort of going there. So I think I'm being influenced, shall we say, in that direction. But I think I also, from a background perspective, rhythm and blues, having grown up in the church, rhythm and blues is all over that. And then, this last album was more kind of pop. So just fusing all that with electronica. I even see probably some rock elements coming because of the person that I'm writing with and the person that I'm considering forming this band with. I think rock will come out in some of that.
Yeah.
So particular people, I mean, I listen to, I mean, probably in the last 5 years, I've mostly listened to just bubblegum pop, top 40 kind of stuff. But like I said, I'm getting more into electronic music. I'm trying to broaden what I listen to. Obviously, being in Oklahoma, I've listened at points on and off to country music, and country music's basically pop now.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're in a day to where, like, maybe it's been true forever, and just
blending.
I feel like you're limitless. You can do whatever you'd like to do, and you'll find people that enjoy that. And even if it's different on every song on your album, you'll find your little niche of people that really enjoy what you're doing. And so I think that's a really cool thing. And I don't know, I think the internet makes that awesome.
Yeah.
Another question. As I think maybe I'm going to say this and feel really bad when I realize that I've had several really pop artists on, but I think maybe you're the first one that plays this specific style of music or these styles. And nobody I've had on the podcast has had an extreme love for Colby Calais like myself. And I'm hoping this might be the podcast where I find another extremely loving person towards Colby Calais.
Sure.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course, that's good. Like how I drew that huge question out to make it like it was a real question, but no. I was really hoping you're like, oh, I base all of my influences on Colby Calais. Or, Garth.
I love Garth.
Yes. Oh, I think we were actually at the same Garth show. In fact,
Amazing.
I'm positive of it.
Yes. It was a Sunday night show.
Yes. I remember
Yep.
Lourdes sang Parker's Here.
Yep. That was like a full music day for me. I went to see Once at the PAC, which was
cool.
amazing.
I'm sure.
The music is amazing in Once. If you haven't seen that production, the lead guy is a singer-songwriter, aspiring singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
No, the music was amazing. It was all acoustic, stripped down. That's what makes the show so great. So we went from having that sort of folk sort of music. Actually, one of the songs, Falling Slowly, they won a Grammy for in 20. What a great segue.
Yeah.
In 20, let's see. I think it was in 2013. Speaking of, I'm going to the Grammys this weekend, and I'm super over the top excited about that.
When this releases, you'll have been at the Grammys.
Yes.
So much like the writing, let's rewind to how was the Grammys? Or I mean, like, how excited are you for that?
Oh my God. Over the moon. I'm going to many of the things. So I'm going to the official Grammy brunch. I'm going to the Grammys. I'm going to the official Grammy after party.
Goodness.
I'm excited. I'm staying at the Beverly Hilton.
I don't know.
Well, that's where they've had the Grammys at the Beverly Hilton before, and that's where Clive Davis has his party every Saturday night before the Sunday night Grammys.
That's
so
cool.
All of these people will be there.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's super.
I can't even imagine how exciting that could be.
Oh my God.
I hope you have stories to come back and tell that we have to tell while the songs are playing, if you know what
yes,
I mean.
Yes, I know what you mean. I'll have plenty of those stories when the songs are playing.
Do you know what's going on? Who's performing or anything like that?
So Lady Gaga is performing with Tony Bennett, which is they've been doing their thing. Madonna's performing. She just dropped her new single today off her new album. Go Madonna.
That's great.
I think Katy Perry is performing. I think Rihanna is performing. Country artists. I know Dierks Bentley is presenting. I don't know if he's performing. There's a lot. I mean, it's just gonna be over the top. I know Beyonce is nominated. I know,
it's gonna be cool, man. I can't even imagine being in the same room with all those
crazy,
awesome people. I want to see Katy Perry so bad now. After seeing her perform for the Super Bowl, I was like, holy cow!
Her California Dreams tour was off the chain. It was amazing. She was talking about infusing cotton candy into the auditorium. I didn't experience that at her concert, but when she was developing the idea for the tour, I mean, she was taking it to every sensory sort of aspect.
It's so cool to see somebody that creative just get unlimited abilities, unlimited funding to do whatever she dreams.
That was unlimited funding.
And people are eating it up, which is, great.
Maybe we need to feed the hungry.
That too, but we can feed them cotton candy.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm just kidding. I agree with you. I don't know if I have a filter for not saying something stupid, but I feel like that's just part of me. But I mean, we're feeding the hungry that need to be entertained. We
That's
need
right.
That's a need too.
It's a basic
man.
need. It's one of the basic needs
But
in
no,
the hierarchy.
I agree. Maybe you don't need like 96 semis worth of stuff to tour with.
Maybe not.
But given that opportunity, would you take 96 semis for your show?
I would take 105.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Do you have any crazy inhibitions for your live show that you just pictured?
No inhibitions.
Is that the right word?
Well, I don't have any limits.
Okay.
Yeah, you can use the word. It's fine. There's nothing.
Do you have any crazy like dreams you have for your live show that are?
I need to further define that because I do have some crazy dreams inside of me. But I mean, lots of dancers and lots of lights and just lots. I see it more as a stage production, as in, I mean, I'd like to do some Broadway musical theater kind of stuff. So I see it as just a mass production, acting and singing and dancing and just the whole.
That's cool.
Full on.
I hope you're able to achieve that.
I hope so as well.
I'll be seeing my first opera. I think next week.
Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
One of my friends is in that.
Nice. Well, I'll give him a high five or something.
It's a good one.
And are you kind of saddened that now the shark outfits are kind of done? Now Katy Perry took the shark outfit dancers, that now we really can't do that?
That does kind of, I'm sorry about that's terrible.
A little bit disappointing.
And the meat, I wanted to wear a meat suit, but I can't do that now.
That too. What if you combine them both? I don't know. I don't even want to try to pretend that I know how to create something.
And I wanted to arrive at the Grammys in an egg, but it's not going to happen for me.
I can't even imagine the after parties. I just hear stories about like real LA.
Well, it's been
Vegas.
going all week. I mean, it started on Monday, so who knows?
So I hope everybody's not already too tired.
I know.
You'll bring the new energy.
There you go. Jesse J's performing at the after party. I'm super excited about that.
That's all gonna be so cool. That's so cool. That's it. That's all so cool. Let's play. Can we play one more song?
Sure.
I don't know which one we haven't played, but
we can play a fast song or a slow song. You choose.
Let's play Rockstar. It's spelled with R-O-K.
Yeah.
And maybe that'll be like our little outro to say that song. The lyrics are now. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe and please check out Parker Simon on all the interwebs sites. Will you list those real quick? Where can we find you and
Parker
talk to you?
ParkerSimonMusic.com. My Facebook page, Parker Simon Music Facebook page. My Twitter account, P Simon Music. My Instagram, P Simon Music.
Perfect. Are there many Parker Simons playing music?
There are not.
Good.
There's a Simon Parker that played music, I think, a while back, but no
if you
Parker
search it correctly,
Simons.
you'll still find you.
Yeah.
There's a couple more Jason Fergusons that have albums everywhere, like two more. One of them's like kind of red dirt country, and one of them's kind of like R&B. I love it. That's really cool. Somebody, when my album, like the day before it released, somebody was like on iTunes, they were like, I almost bought the wrong one. And I was like, oh no, tomorrow mine will be there. And it's not even my idea. It's Nick from FM Pilot's idea that I should contact one of them and like interview them on the podcast.
That'd
just
be
because
really
like, hey,
cool.
I'm Jason Ferguson. I'm here with Jason Ferguson. What's up, Jason Ferguson? But I can't even find any of their information, or I totally would do that. But thank you, sir. I really appreciate you coming over and telling some of your stories.
Thank you for having me today.
It's been fun. Have you had fun?
I've had a great time.
Good. I hope you get hooked on podcasts too and learning about invisible hippie stuff. What's funny is they don't intend that podcast to be hippie at all. I just turn it that way. But I look forward to seeing you around. Thanks again for letting us play your songs. And everybody, please, I'll leave links on iTunes to find this, or any link I can find. I'll just leave it in the description. And thank you for listening. Please subscribe, and we'll see everybody next week. Thanks, Parker.
Okay.
turn your